I used to be a fucking loser. I was a loser my entire growing up. I was a loser throughout my teen years, back when I was a drug addict. I was a loser for all my early 20s. I was a loser all the way up until about 2 years ago. Actually, 2 years ago this month, November, where I started actually working on the things that I should be working on and doing the things I need to be doing. And that's something that not enough people actually do. Not enough people actually work on themselves and do what they should do in life and work on the parts of them that they don't like, the parts of them that make them cringe. They used to just hide them and they suppress them, and not too many people do that. Not enough people actually work on themselves and do what they need to do. So this video, we're going to talk about what we need to do, because not enough people do it. And 2 years ago, when I had I had like a snap in my brain, and I decided I'm gonna start working on me. That's when I started doing the things I needed to do, and my whole life's changed. And I ain't no damn loser no more. I tell you what. Sometimes, we still feel like one. Sometimes, of course, it's human nature. We're all gonna feel not our best sometimes. We're not gonna feel like we're reached where we have sometimes. As long as we do what we need to do, we're gonna reach where we need to reach without even feeling like we're reaching it sometimes. So let's get it. I'll tell you one thing. When I was younger, I was socially awkward. I couldn't talk to people. I couldn't hold a good relationship with a woman. I had relationships, but I couldn't hold them. Couldn't hold good friendships. I was constantly avoiding my responsibilities and avoiding problems instead of facing them. So we'll discuss that too here in a second. Let me finish driving where I'm going though, because traffic is ending right now. So I'll catch you on in a second. All right, I got where I'm supposed to go. You can tell because there's trees right there behind me. Always look for the trees. Okay. So doing what we need to do is pretty damn simple, honestly. Doing what we're supposed to do is just working on ourselves. Doing what we need to do is proactively making things better in our lives. And that it's as simple as that, honestly. I'm gonna give you all some examples. First example, my hearing. I can hear right now. I couldn't hear this year for 5 years. And I was like, well, sucks to suck, I guess, But really what it was just blockage. I got it removed, and then it came back, and I got removed again. Yesterday I went because both ears got so bad, I couldn't hear 90% of what's going on around me. I got that stuff removed. I had to pay $180, and me, when I was younger, I'd be like, nah, I can't afford that. I can't spend the money on that. I need to spend the money on other things like a new video game or beer, or I just need to save it just in case of a rainy day. No, that is not doing what I need to do. Yeah, I need to save money. Yes, I need to save money, and I'm doing that. But I needed to spend that $180. And in today's economy, 180 doesn't go that far, but at the same time, it goes pretty far if you know what you're doing. So 180 can be a lot of money sometimes, and to me, that is a lot of money sometimes. Especially in that grocery store, 180, that gas tank, 180, Boy. But now I can hear, and it is crazy. I can hear so much, and it is so different, and I love it. That's one thing that I needed to do. I needed to get my hearing fixed, and when doing that, it released so much pressure that was built up in my whole entire head, like right here. Felt so much pressure is relieved right there. My allergies are feeling better now. It is crazy all the differences I can feel in these 12 hours of being able to hear. Ridiculous. Redonkulous. So that's one example of what I needed to do. What I needed to do when I was younger that I never did was go out and actually experience things in the world. Now I'm constantly going out on adventures. And I'm always finding something new to do every single weekend. Sometimes I'm doing new things in the middle of the week. But I make sure every weekend I try to go out and do something new. Go somewhere I haven't gone. Do an activity I haven't done. On this page alone, I have so many things I've done on my weekend vlogs that I've never done before, like speakeasies, digging for dinosaurs. I haven't done a video about TX Whiskey yet, but I've gone to TX Whiskey Ranch, and I love that place. I got you gone 3 times now. The first time it was something new, and it was awesome, and it was cool. So now I'm actually going out and experiencing things. And by going out and experiencing things, And by going out and experiencing things in life, I'm actually learning. I'm learning things I wouldn't have learned otherwise. You know, I can learn in a book, but when I was younger, I didn't read. I needed to read, but I didn't read. Now I read. But there's still things I'm not going to learn in a book that I can learn by actually going out and experiencing things in this world, seeing things with my own eyes, hearing things with my own ears, especially now that I can hear, hearing things with my own ears, seeing things with my own eyes, and talking to people. You know, when I was younger, like I said, I was socially awkward. I could not talk to nobody to save my life. I couldn't keep eye contact. Now I can. Now I can talk to people. Now I'll be out getting drinks somewhere and I'll start chatting up with someone next to me. Like, hey, how you doing today? Well, tell me about your life. And that's why I learn things. You know, in my current job I'm at right now, I talk to people all the time. People that are very wealthy and people that are also very not wealthy. I get to hear both sides of the coin. I get to hear what people do that they shouldn't have done, what they do that they should do, and what they do that they need to do and what they didn't need to do. And I'm learning so much off that. And I get experiences and I get adventures that I can remember and think back fondly of. And I love that. That's something I needed to do when I was younger, but I never did until I started working on myself back in November 2 years ago in 2023. I started looking at what I was doing that I didn't like, what I was doing that was taking me nowhere in life. And that's what I needed to do. I needed to look at what I was doing that was taking me nowhere and switch it, flip the coin, flip the switch, change. And that's the goal in life altogether, is changing for the better. The betterment of ourselves and the betterment of the people around us. You know, our world's been going so far down in the shitter because no one is changing themselves for the better. No one's looking out for the environment around them, the world around them, the people around them, or even themselves. So now I hold conversations with people. I see what I can do for people. I see what I can do for myself. And that's something I needed to do. I needed to figure out, what do I do that makes me cringe that I can stop doing? What do I do that makes me look like a loser? What do I do that doesn't better my life? What can I do to better my life? And that's when I started doing research and really thinking about, okay, if I do X, Y, and Z, it leads me to a negative. If I do, A, B, and C, it leads me to a positive. Okay, so let's do A, B, and C. Let's get that win. Let's stack our wins. So that's another thing that I needed to do, was go out and experience the world and talk to people and learn from people. See things with my own eyes instead of just watching TV all day. Read a book so I can learn something from the book that I can then implement in my life and implement while I'm out on these adventures every weekend. So that's another thing that I needed to do. So I needed to spend that 180 yesterday to get my ears fixed. I needed when I was younger, and I still need to now, go out on ventures and talk to people and actually experience the world firsthand instead of just watching on TV, watching on YouTube, watching it on freaking Instagram or TikTok or Facebook all day. Now I still spend a little too much time on Instagram. I'm not gonna lie. I need to spend less time on Instagram. I do. I use it to promote my book, and I use it to gather quick bits of self-improvement stuff from people like Mark Manson and people like that, and like How to Beast, different channels like that. But honestly, I spend more time on them than I should. So I need to work on that. See, I'm recognizing it's everything we need to do. And so I've been talking about this whole time is we need to learn to recognize what we need to do. That's a big challenge right there. That is a skill, a life skill. Now, once you get, your life just starts multiplying in the betterment. Is betterment a word? I'm going to use it like it's a word. Multiplying in the betterment 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 40 times, 100 times. It keeps going and going and going. And let's talk about another thing we need to do. Another thing that we need to do, okay, so this is the final thing I want to talk about. We need to stay active. And this is a big one right here people just skip over, and that is why America is one of the most obese countries in the world, because we do not stay active. We live sedentary lifestyles, and I lived one for a long time, and I am tired of living that. I got out of living a sedentary lifestyle, and recently I got more back into it. My mistake, I'll own my mistake there. So now I'm going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, and I'm trying to go on at least one walk every single day. You know, with the sun going down faster these days, I don't get my full walk in. So I'm having to like walk back and forth, pace while I'm at work, just to get a little bit more exercise, keep the body moving. That way my blood stays pumping and stays flowing the way it's supposed to. That way I can feel stronger and I can do more things that I previously couldn't do. You know, I climbed a mountain the other day. As you see inside one of my last videos, I climbed the entire mountain. I couldn't do that when I was younger. And it was a very great journey up that mountain and a great victory in my eyes. It made me feel better about myself. And it's thanks to being active and staying active and just continuing to go to the gym, stay active when I'm not in the gym, and just keep moving. You got to keep moving. Something you need to do. It's not optional. Okay? When we don't stay active, we die faster. Okay? Why are we trying to die faster? We're not trying to die faster. We don't want to die faster. And if you do, you need to go to therapy. You need to find that problem in yourself and fix it. I literally talked about that earlier. We need to find the problems in ourselves and fix them. That's what we need to do. So we need to simply stay active. What does that mean? Just doing some stretches in the mornings, doing some push-ups in the evening, taking a walk midday. You know, whatever it is for you, whatever it means to you, just do it. It's not a should do, it's a need to do situation. We need to stay active. We are built as humans to be active. It's like every animal out there. We are built to be active. We're animals. We are meant to move. We need to do it. And honestly, I'd be tired sometimes. Like, I'm tired right now. Today's day number 3 in a row going to the gym. I'm tired, but I'm not letting that stop me. You tired? So what? Do it tired. You know? You hungry? So what? Do it hungry. You exhausted? So what? Do it exhausted. You in pain? So what? Do it in pain. Just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. All right, Knights, that is the end of this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all got some good information from it. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. And remember, grow how you need to grow. Do what you got to do. And stay noble. Live that no bull lifestyle. That's no bull as in we ain't doing no bull. And noble as in like the Knights, we noble. So stay noble. Live that no bull lifestyle. And keep growing how you need to grow. Grow every day. Seek growth. That's what we got to do. It's what we're here to do. That's why you're on this channel. Seek growth. I'll see y'all in the next video.